They betrayed me on a Friday, not with words, not with open conflict, but with silence. A silence so sharp it cut deeper than a blade. My project, the one I had poured years of work into, had been handed over to someone else. No meeting, no warning, just an internal memo with my name erased. I sat at my desk staring at the email, heart pounding, and realized the truth. This was an oversight. It was a coup. The new director, polished and smiling, had been circling like a vulture for months. She called me old guard, dismissed my methods, laughed at the long nights I spent building the system that kept the company afloat. But she didn't understand what she was tampering with. She thought all she needed was access to my files, my codes, my research. She thought replacing my name meant replacing me. I let her believe it, because buried within those systems was something only I knew, something she would never see until it was too late. For years, I documented every oversight, every shortcut leadership forced me to take, every corner they demanded I cut to save money. I hid it deep encrypted, woven through layers of code they didn't even know existed. And I had leverage. Patents tied directly to me, contracts that explicitly require my oversight, clauses they had forgotten, without my approval. The system was a house of cards waiting to collapse. When the director signed off the memo stripping me of ownership, she thought she had won. What she really did was press the detonator. At first, nothing happened. The company bragged to investors about the new leadership. They pushed my project forward with her face on the presentation slides. They toasted their innovation. But then the cracks appeared. The system started flagging errors no one understood. Auditors requested documents that didn't exist. Clients called, furious about promises broken. My hidden safeguards, the ones only I could authorize, triggered automatically when my access was revoked. One by one, the pillars holding their empire collapsed. By the end of the week, the investors pulled out, millions lost in a single quarter. The director panicked. She summoned emergency meetings, accused the IT team of sabotage, blamed the engineers she barely knew. But the truth lingered in every file, every contract. My signature missing. My name on every patent. My clauses triggered by her arrogance. They hadn't stolen my work. They had stolen a trap, and they didn't even know it. Calls started coming in, first from former colleagues, then from the board itself. They begged me to return, to fix what was unraveling. They offered titles, money, apologies, but I didn't answer. I was already moving forward, building something new, a leaner version of the same system, perfected, free from the compromises they forced on me. I signed new contracts under my name, and the clients who trusted me followed without hesitation. By the time the board realized I wasn't coming back, their company was in free fall. The director who stole my project became the scapegoat. Headlines tore her apart. Incompetence. Scandal. Collapse. She tried to find me once, corner me outside a conference. Her face was pale, her voice trembling. "You destroyed me," she hissed. I looked at her for a long moment, then smiled. "No," I said softly. "You destroyed yourself." I just made sure the truth came out. She had no reply. She turned and disappeared into the crowd, a shadow of a woman who once smirked at my expense. People imagine revenge as loud, fiery, explosive. They think of shouting, of public scenes, of broken glass. They don't understand the power of silence, of patience, of waiting for arrogance to collapse under its own weight. I didn't need to raise my voice. I didn't need to lift a finger. I simply let the rules, the contracts, and the systems I built speak for me. Now, when I think back to that Friday, I don't feel anger. I feel freedom. Because betrayal isn't just someone taking what's yours. Betrayal is when they believe they can erase you and discover too late that your fingerprints are carved into the foundation itself. And when the board asked the question, "Who let this happen?" the answer was clear. They didn't lose a project. They lost the one person who held it all together. And by the time they realized it was already too late,